Hello, my fellow handicappers. This is Weekend Handicapper from weekendhandicapper.com. In this video, we are going to provide picks and analysis for the 2021 Southwest Stakes from Oaklawn Park. Finally, after bad weather, after ice storms and snow and cold freezing temperatures, they're finally going to run this, I think. I hadn't checked the weather forecast, but I think it's going to be all right. And we're finally going to get this race ran. It's on the road to the Kentucky Derby, so a Derby prep race in a weekend that we got two other Derby prep races. That is the John Battaglia Memorial Stakes at Turfway Park on Friday, February 26th. You can check out my video for that, for picks and analysis for that race, as well as the Fountain of Youth Stakes from Gulfstream Park on February 27th, Saturday, February 27th, the same day that this race is going to be run. You can check out the video for picks and analysis for that. I'll put them in links in the description below, as well as the in the cards here on this video. All right, so here we go. Field of 7. Not the biggest field, but you got some powerhouse, heavy-hitting horses in this field. And so let's look at each one of these contenders one by one, and at the very end, I'll give you my picks and how I'm going to bet the 2021 Southwest Stakes Grade 3 at Oaklawn Park, going to mile and 16 on the dirt on February 27th. It's race number 10. So let's go. Number 1, Essential Quality, has a soft spot in my heart. Essential Quality made Breeders' Cup 2020, a very memorable Breeders' Cup. It was nice, golly. It was one of the keys. I had it singled to, I think I singled it. Anyway, it was a key to the pick 4 that I cashed, as is Fire at Will, which is running in the Fountain of Youth Stakes. So both of those horses were keys to having a mini score on Breeders' Cup Day, which I'm always going to be grateful for to Essential Quality for. So, Breeders' Cup Juvenile winner seemed like it's gotten better every race for Brad Cox, who's the trainer and has been training out of his mind, it seems. Been having winners out at the Risen Star. Yeah, Nick's Gold didn't do so well in the Saudi Cup, but other than that, there's hardly any blemishes here lately with Brad Cox. He had a phenomenal Breeders' Cup Day, which is when Essential Quality last raced, and it's coming off a layoff. So that's the thing you got to be leery of or unsure of. Is 3-2 morning line, rightfully so. The rail seems to be playing pretty good at Oaklawn Park. So if you're down there on that rail, inside post, that's another plus for this horse. Short price off a layoff. That's what you got to factor in. It's 2 for 2 at a mile and the 16th, so that the distance isn't a question. But I'm a fan of the Essential Quality. Doesn't mean I bet it because the price might be too short, but he's made me enough money already, so he doesn't have to do anything else for me other than maybe win the Kentucky Derby. I'm gonna stand by him probably until the Kentucky Derby. All right, so enough of my love fest, man crush on Essential Quality. Number 2, Sapphire's Day, I believe is how you say it. Sapphire's Day. Steve Asmussen, 10-1. Again, the rail got Ricardo Santana Jr.'s go-to rider going riding this horse. Should be out front. It's an early speed horse. Broke its maiden at Oaklawn Park. Unless there's some big speed bias, I don't know if this horse can win against these other horses, Essential Quality, Jackie's Warrior. But you never know. I don't think this horse is a toss-out by any means, especially if there is an inside speed bias and inside's where you want to be, and it's playing to speed, so who knows. The pace scenario is going to be something that I'm going to talk about here in a little bit because I think that's very interesting. And I'll explain what I'm talking about. That's a tease. Number 3, Last Samurai. Enjoyed the movie. It was a good movie with Tom Cruise, but I don't think I'm going to bet this horse at 12-1. I don't think it can compete with this field. Number 4, Jackie's Warrior. Jackie's Warrior was on a roll. Until the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, where it finished 4th behind Essential Quality. It was the favorite in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, as it should have been, because it's a very dominating horse, undefeated going into that Breeders' Cup Juvenile. But it's had a lot of rest now, so it's going to be coming back from that race. It's 8-5 morning line. So do you take, just like with Essential Quality, do you take a short price of a horse that hasn't raced since November 6th, I think it was, Breeders' Cup Day? So can it get back to its winning ways? We know it's a good horse if it's sound and there's no physical issues, which there isn't, to my knowledge. That's a good horse. So just whether or not you take a short price, that's a key thing in handicapping. Number 5, Santa Cruz. I'm tired of Santa Cruiser. Oh my gosh, this horse I spent enough money on this horse. It just raced at Fairgrounds February 13th, I think, just a couple Saturdays ago. Santa Cruz, my gosh, I'm done with him. Done with Santa Cruz. Cruiser burned too much of my money, so no thanks. No more Santa Cruiser. Number 6, watch it win. Number 6, Woodhouse, 8-1 morning line. It's only raced 2 races, and it's improved from the first start to the second start in terms of speed figures. But it has to improve big time, even more, to compete with this field. So I'll skip on number 6, Woodhouse, and number 7, Spielberg. We have Bob Baffert. Bob Baffert always seems like he has a good campaign through Oaklawn Park. Does well there with his horses. He's got, of course, a lot of talented horses. I don't think this is his most talented horse and the most talented to go to the Kentucky Derby. It's 9-2 morning line. It's a consistent horse. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a Spielberg hater. It's had a nice recent workout. But I don't know if it is the most talented horse in this race. The only thing is, if this horse is in better form, which means it's been racing consistently here lately, working out well, it might get these other 2, Jackie's Warrior, Central Quality, that are coming off layoff. So that would be the only thing. But in terms of talent, I'm not sure Spielberg is up there with the likes of Essential Quality, Jackie's Warrior, and some of Baffert's other talented younger horses. So, but never rule out Bob Baffert. We know that on a big stage and big race. So how am I going to bet the 2021 Southwest Stakes at Oaklawn Park? It's a short field, but you got some really good horses here. I don't think this is the best betting race by far, but I think it's going to be a very interesting one to watch. And from a fan's perspective, having a showdown between the 1, Essential Quality, and number 4, Jackie's Warrior, would be something to see, I think. I think that's a nice matchup, and we'll see if Jackie's Warrior can get his revenge. All right, so here's something I want y'all to think about that I'm really curious to see. You got the number 2, Safa's Day, trained by Steve Asmussen, an early speed horse. It's going to be out on the front end. Now, will that wear out Essential Quality? I don't think so. It seemed like the horse is mature enough to rate and kind of sit back a little bit. But number 4, Jackie's Warrior, is also trained by Steve Asmussen, and number 4, Jackie's Warrior, is also another early speed horse, which you don't really see too much, a trainer having 2 horses in the race with the same running style. So what's going to happen is I wouldn't think Steve Asmussen wants both of his horses out front dueling with each other. That hurts his chances. That hurts each of these horses' chances. So somebody's going to have to sit back a little bit. I don't think it's going to be Safa's Day or Sapphire, however you pronounce the number 2 horse. That horse is going to go. I don't think Jackie's Warrior is going to go with it, I wouldn't think. Because again, you don't want your horses. If I was the trainer, I wouldn't want my horses wearing each other out, getting in a speed duel. So that's going to be very interesting. Usually you have a trainer that has two horses. One of them is going to be near the front, like a rabbit, wearing its competitors out, and then the other horse from that same barn, that same trainer, closes in on it. That's what you typically see. So that, to me, that's a storyline that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Two Steve Asmussen horses, number 2 and number 4, in the whole pace dynamics, pace scenario. But how am I going to bet it? I think it comes down to Essential Quality and Jackie's Warrior. So you might have a nice little matchup. The jockeys, the way the jockeys position the horses is going to play a factor. It's hard to bet against Brad Cox now. I'm not too crazy about Essential Quality coming off a layoff. I never am crazy about betting horses that haven't raced in a good while, especially at short prices. So I might not even bet this race, honestly. If the two logical horses are short prices, I'm just going to see how these horses come back off the layoff, see how they are after the race, since they hadn't raced a while, and maybe look to bet them in the future, because these are going to be some short price horses. I can't really link up. I don't think I'll play the exactas too much because I'm not too confident in the other horses. Maybe a little small win bet on number 1 Essential Quality because of the rail, because it's a good horse, because it's trained by Brad Cox, because it seems like it's getting better with each and every start. Maybe throw the 2 underneath because, again, the inside post might have an advantage. But that's about it. I'm not going to get too creative, too crazy in here, because I think it's the logical horses. The 1 Essential Quality, the 4 Jackie's Warrior, or probably the 7 Spielberg. I don't see much big prices. I'd be very surprised if a long shot or a price won this race. Again, that whole thing with the 2 Steve Asmussen horses, I think is going to be very interesting to see. But if I bet anything, it's probably just a small win bet if the odds are low, and of course they're going to be low on Essential Quality, because Essential Quality has been very good to me pretty much its whole career, and I'm a fan. And honestly, hopefully, this horse makes it to the Kentucky Derby, because I will be, backing that horse, betting that horse too, probably, at the Kentucky Derby if it makes it that far. So yeah, sentimental wise and handicapping wise, it would be the number 1 Essential Quality. But that short price, I'm not going to bet too much, right? I'm going to save the bankroll for other more bettable races, and on down the line, hopefully get better odds on Essential Quality in the future, maybe in the Kentucky Derby if we get lucky, or we being the connections in me of Essential Quality staying healthy and continuing on the Derby trail. Now, who do you like? I would love to hear who you're going to bet in this year's Southwest Stakes at Oaklawn Park on Saturday, February 27th, race number 10. And is it going to be Jackie's Warrior coming back off the layoff and reclaiming the crown, basically, for these younger horses, or Essential Quality, or as Essential Quality ran his best race in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile on a speed favoring track that day, and that's it. And it might bounce. Or will it be one of these other horses? Will Bob Baffert win yet again at Oaklawn Park with a big stakes race, a Derby prep race? Or would it be one of these other horses that I didn't really talk about too much? If there's one besides the top 3, I might go with number 2, Sapphire's Day. If the 1 Essential Quality, the 4 Jackie's Warrior, or the 7 Spielberg doesn't win. But I can't. I'm not going to get too creative. I'm going to probably just bet a little small win bet on Essential Quality. Sit back, have me a nice drink, and be slacking and snacking, and hopefully from a fan of horse racing perspective, just watch two talented horses, Jackie's Warrior and Essential Quality, probably duke it out, duel it out. So we'll see. Leave a comment who you like. I love to hear who y'all like. Check out weekendhandicapper.com. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell if you want to learn how to bet on horses and make money betting on horses. And if you like this video, I appreciate it if you hit the like button. And then until next time, happy handicapping, smart wagering.